When we let go of the need to control, we find a way to console. What do I mean by this? A lot of people come to me and they say, I'm out of control and I want to control something. Like I'm out of control of my capacity to sit down and do something, or I'm out of control with my eating, or whatever it is. And what you find is ultimately that this need to control an aspect of you that's being out of control really is a story that we're identified with, so that it's not a commentary on things, it's actually the point. And often you'll find when you begin to delve into this story by finding the sensation that is this tension between being out of control and needing control, you'll find that you're stuck in a story where you wanted to be free to be who you were and somebody said it's not okay. And then you take the whole thing inside yourself and you act it out. And really when you can find the sensation that goes with something, an aspect of you that feels out of control and another aspect of you that tries to control it, you'll find that you'll become aware of a story where you're living out in the present moment with unawareness something that couldn't be handled in the past when you felt like someone was trying to control you or something like that. So what I would say to you is, the thing that we think is the problem, that is a commentary, is really the thing that needs to be worked on. And when you can actually make it part of your process and say, I'm going to find out what happens when I'm in this tension and find the sensation that's associated with this relationship. I need to control myself. You'll hear it's a relationship, and it's a relationship where something couldn't be just handled. Because if you could handle it and take it in stride, when someone tried to control you, you'd say, well, that's about them, but it's not about me. Of course, that's very hard for us to do when we're very little. So we play it out over and over and over again, trying to master it, until we can finally say, you know what? If I don't give something power over me, someone could do something to me, they could try to control me, but they can't win. So I would say that you could say healing is freeing yourself from this inner story that you live out with yourself of, I need to control myself, and to be with that relationship, the one that needs to control, the one that's not wanting to be controlled in the relationship. And if you could just say, this is what needs healing, and I find the sensation and I let it share, and then I say, I can be with you, you who are in this terrible tension, but I'm not you. I'm not either of you, and I'm not what happens between you. I'm the one who's holding you. You can give to yourself what you wanted from someone else and how you want to be treated. And then, of course, the whole thing just dissolves. And you'll just say, I am who I am. And control becomes a non-issue. Insecurity becomes a non-issue. The need for approval becomes a non-issue. Because you'll say, I'm the one who's aware of all of those things, but it isn't who I am. If this way of understanding things appeals to you and you want to work this way, it's someone who will just be with you as opposed to trying to fix you or control you or pathologize you, you can come to our website, lifecenteredtherapy.com, and you can book a consultation, and you'll be able to sit with someone who says, we'll just be with whatever arises without judgment, without comparison, without a compulsive need to understand it, but just to be with it so that we can be free of not being identified with it. You come to our website, you can have a consultation, and you can read all about this way of understanding, and you can certainly read even more about it in our book, The 1 Hour Miracle, which is really fun to read, and you can have a conversation about all these things with them. Thank you so much.